Hogwarts Legacy has been a very impressive game so far. People loved it, leading to really great user scores, lots of talk on social media, and we knew only 2 weeks after launch it was a giant seller since we heard it sold over $850 million in that time frame. But now the updated sales figures have released and the game has officially surpassed a massive title like Elden Ring. I have a few different things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube memberships. Now, I have had nothing but good things to say about Hogwarts Legacy. I live streamed it at launch. I had a fantastic time with the game. And of course, I talked about it because there were activists trying to get us to boycott it, and that failed for them. But now, according to a Game Rant article, Hogwarts Legacy achieves another sales milestone, surpassing Elden Ring. Now, this game is definitely in my list of top titles to release in 2023. Obviously, there are still a lot of giant releases we have to see this year, like Diablo 4, we have Final Fantasy 16, we have the new Zelda, Breath of the Wild 2, Tears of the Kingdom. But I don't think that there's any way this is going to be knocked out of the top 5 for me. It says, though, Hogwarts Legacy achieves another incredible sales milestone as it surpasses the lifetime sales of Elden Ring in the UK. Hogwarts Legacy received positive reviews upon its launch in February, with a lot of praise being directed towards Hogwarts Castle and its level of detail. If you are a fan of the Wizarding World, this game has so much to offer you. There's so much lore and nostalgia there. It was a fantastic game. Honestly, I don't really see a way that they could have made it more perfect, except for, fine-tuning things. But it says its critical reception was accompanied by commercial success, as Hogwarts Legacy sold over 12 million copies within the first 2 weeks. Hogwarts Legacy has also broken the record for the biggest Warner Brothers games launch on Steam, and it has remained near the top of the sales charts since its release. Now it's confirmed that Hogwarts Legacy has surpassed another incredible sales milestone by overtaking one of the best-selling games of 2022, which is funny because Elden Ring was my favorite game to release in 2022, and now one of my favorite games of all time, and Hogwarts Legacy is also right up there. I was very happy to hear that this game had broken so many records at launch. As it says, 12 million copies sold within the first 2 weeks was absolutely massive, and it broke the record for the biggest Warner Brothers games launch on Steam, which was fantastic to hear. And of course, it was even better because the activists were demanding that we boycott this title and that we skip on this release, and it infuriated them when this game did so well. So it was just a very good time for us because we got to say screw the activists, and we got a fantastic title. It says, though, as reported by Games Industry, Hogwarts Legacy has surpassed the total physical and digital sales of Elden Ring in the UK in just over a month. So yes, keep in mind this is only in the UK, but those numbers are still fantastic. Elden Ring was a massive success for Bandai Namco Entertainment, selling over 20 million copies within its first year. It was also one of the best-selling games of 2022 in the US, surpassed only by Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. The fact that Hogwarts Legacy has already outsold Elden Ring in the UK in just a month makes its market performance even more impressive, especially considering that it's yet to launch on all platforms. Yes, unfortunately for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch players, you haven't gotten to experience this game yet, and we've seen multiple delays on those platforms, but at least a lot of people have been able to play it. But we still have so many months left in the year. We still have 9 whole months for this game to continue selling. I honestly don't know where the sales numbers will end, seeing as it's only a month in, well, when these numbers were tallied, and it already beat something like Elden Ring in the UK. It also says that it is scheduled to release on PS4, Xbox One, and Switch later this year, so fans can expect its total sales figures to be much higher by the end of 2023. I honestly don't know if there will be a game that beats it this year. We had heard last year that they weren't releasing a new Call of Duty in 2023, but we now know that they are planning to do that. And while I think that it would be close, honestly, seeing the Hogwarts Legacy sales so far, I think that this could overthrow Call of Duty, which would be absolutely crazy since year after year, Call of Duty is always the #1 seller. It also says that according to the same report, Hogwarts Legacy will have surpassed the sales of LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga in the UK when digital data arrives later in the week. It'll be interesting to see where it ultimately lands in the overall sales rankings if it manages to catch up to Modern Warfare 2. Now, of course, after seeing all of the hype on social media and the user scores online, it's no surprise to see why Hogwarts Legacy is doing so well. If we head on over to Metacritic, let's look at the Xbox Series X version of the game. 88 critic and an 8.8 user score, which is very close to being a perfect score. If we look at the PC version, it is a 8.1 user score. PlayStation 5 is also an 8.8, and yeah, the user scores do not drop below an 8 here, which is great for Warner Brothers games, for Avalanche Software, Portkey Games, and people absolutely loved this game. I mean, I gave it like an 8.5 out of 10 myself. There were a couple of things that I wish were slightly better. I felt like the performance in some areas wasn't the best, and I also wish that there were more features like Quidditch, and the flying system was a little bit different, but what was here was very close to perfect. Reading just a few of the user scores, I mean, you're not going to find many negatives here. 2,475 positives, 175 mixed, and only 230 negatives, nearly 3,000 ratings. In all of the user scores here, 10s, 9s, very few real negative reviews. And as you can see, the zeros here, and again, there's only 230 negatives, are zeros, and they are people who were for the boycotts, people who wanted this game to fail. In no world does this game deserve a 0. You could give it a 4 or a 5 if you just don't like the wizarding world, but there's no way it deserves a 0. The positive reviews, though, are saying things like so well made, music, graphics, story, details, 10 out of 10, beautiful game, very addicting and easy to get lost in, ignore the haters and the politics, and just enjoy. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, the films are okay, albeit skewed towards children and full of plot holes, but mindless fluff nonetheless, and I've never played a Harry Potter game before. Meanwhile, my wife is a huge fan, so I bought her a copy to play on the PS4, and she absolutely has loved this game. Combat is excellent, the world feels alive and vibrant, and everything just works really well. So as you can see, everything lines up here. Users absolutely loved it. Even the critics praised this game, and now the sales numbers that have been updated are looking pretty freaking great, showing that Hogwarts Legacy has surpassed Elden Ring in the UK for sales. This game has a long way to go until the end of the year. I think that it is going to continue selling absolutely amazingly, and we are going to see even more sales milestones, but for now, that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and found it important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.